Good morning. My name is Tim McHargue. I'm the Fire Chief for Colton Fire and currently serve as the Chair for the CONFIRE Joint Powers Agency Administrative Committee. CONFIRE got its start in 1973 for the Central Valley Fire District, the precursor to San Bernardino County Fire Department. In May of 1990, the East Valley CONFIRE Joint Powers Agreement formed with the cities of Colton, Loma Linda, Redlands, Rialto, and San Bernardino County. Rancho Cucamonga became a CONFIRE member agency a few years ago. CONFIRE dispatches for Apple Valley, Big Bear, Montclair, San Manuel, and Running Springs, and serves as the operational area dispatch for the entire county of San Bernardino. Our vision in CONFIRE is to be recognized as an exceptional regional emergency communications and public safety technology and information services provider for public and private fire, rescue, and emergency medical services agencies. Innovation is one of CONFIRE's core values. One of the ways we are living the core value of innovation is through the implementation of PulsePoint. PulsePoint is a free software application that allows CPR-trained civilians who have this app on their smartphones to be quickly notified of a sudden cardiac arrest event in their general vicinity. Additionally, the app notifies the CPR-trained bystanders of the closest automatic external defibrillator. Early application of bystander CPR and rapid defibrillation from an AED is proven to be crucial in improving a person's chance of surviving a sudden cardiac arrest event. PulsePoint is not limited to emergency responders or those with formal CPR certification. It can be used by anyone who has been trained in CPR. Retired Redlands Fire Chief Jeff Frazier was a champion in securing PulsePoint for the CONFIRE JPA, and we are proud to announce that it is now up and running and available to anyone interested in helping their fellow citizens. I would now like to introduce Fire Chief Sean Grayson of the Rialto Fire Department to say a few words, but before I do that, I'd like to introduce our chiefs from our member agencies. We have Fire Chief Mark Hartwig from the San Bernardino County Fire Department. We have Jeff Bender from the Loma Linda Fire Department. We have Eric Noreen, Deputy Fire Chief from the Rancho Cucamonga Fire Department, and then again Sean Grayson from Rialto. With that, Chief Grayson.
Good morning. The glare off my head is real, and I'm not as good looking as Tim, but we'll get through it. My name, as he said, is Sean Grayson. Honored to be the Fire Chief here in the city of Rialto. I wanted to thank Director Mike Bell, who is to my left and behind me, my fellow CONFIRE chiefs, and as Chief McHargue noted, retired Redlands Fire Chief Jeff Frazier, for their shared vision and leadership in bringing about a technological solution to save more lives in our respective communities. We're physically here in the city of Rialto right now, but Rialto is just one piece of that CONFIRE JPA. And as you've heard, the PulsePoint application will impact much more than Rialto. It's going to impact the largest county in the United States. The CONFIRE JPA serves a population of about 1.5 million people and responds to over 2,000 calls a year. In the last year, CONFIRE agencies responded to more than 3,000 reported cardiac arrest victims. Put that in context, that's about one every other hour for the whole year. Kind of hard for me to wrap my head around that, so I want to put in the context of the city of Rialto, where we are right now. The city of Rialto responded to 104 cardiac arrest victims last year. So for a city of 120,000, cardiac arrest victims accounted for more deaths than cancer, vehicle accidents, and homicides put together. In Rialto, we were able to save 29 of those folks, and we're very proud of that. But at the same time, there was just as many that didn't survive. One of the biggest factors in survival from cardiac arrest is bystander CPR and AED use. The fire department and the ambulance will respond, and we have amazing dispatchers that can give instructions on CPR, how to do it, how to use an AED, but we really need the community's help. Anyone can be what we call a community superhero. We just need you to recognize the cardiac arrest, call 911, do CPR, and use an AED, or any one of those four things. PulsePoint helps us connect the dots. It makes it easier for you to do any of those four things or to get help from somebody else so that you can help a loved one or even a perfect stranger in their greatest time of need. There's an AED on the pool deck behind me. There's an AED in the city gym right over here. In fact, in the city of Rialto, there's an AED in every public facility. But last year, if a cardiac arrest were to happen in the Playhouse, this building right over here, none of us would have known about it, even though we're 30 feet away and there's AEDs, 2 of them very close to us. PulsePoint changes that paradigm, because as soon as someone calls 911, all of us would be notified that there was a cardiac arrest victim right there that needed help, and it would show us where the AEDs are. That simple change more than triples the chance that that cardiac arrest victim will survive. That's not just true here in the city of Rialto, but in all the communities that CONFIRE serves. And to me, that's simply amazing. Have you ever had an opportunity to give a speech and you don't have the last page? It happens. So I will close with a couple of things. I'm very proud to serve the men and women of the Rialto Fire Department. It really is my honor to serve those who live, work, and play here in the city of Rialto. I'm even more proud that the CONFIRE agencies, under the leadership of the men and women behind me here, have been able to implement this tool so that a free app on a cell phone that we all already carry can save more lives. I encourage you to download the app, and I'm humbled to introduce one of our community superheroes, Matt Goyette. He's a fire captain for the Ontario Fire Department, and he's going to share with you a story of how being aware of a cardiac arrest victim and having some training on CPR and being willing to step up and help can save a life.
Thank you all. I appreciate the opportunity to come and share an experience. Yes, I have probably a little more training than the lay person in the community, but I was found in a circumstance that we're probably, we could all be found in. I was at the right place at the right time to help somebody out. So a little bit about the day, more or less, was I was at Chaffee College watching my son's swim practice. Somebody came to the area looking for some help, said somebody collapsed out on one of the fields while they were running. Being as I spend a lot of time at this location for my son's practice, I knew that there was an AED there at the pool. When I got down to the person that had collapsed, somebody had already started CPR. So that early CPR process is key. The community CPR is a very key thing. So when I got down there, having the access to that AED and knowing where it was definitely made a difference in this individual's life. We were able to save him, and there was a great outcome. I can say that in my 18 years of experience, it's probably one of a few times where you've had somebody talking to you before you leave in this type of situation. So having the access and the ability to know where AEDs are and have more people understand the importance of community CPR and the access to community AEDs is something that's huge and will definitely benefit the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. What a wonderful story with a good outcome. With that, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. This is our closing. We're going to have a hands-only CPR and AED demo back behind you if you're interested in seeing that. And with that, thank you again for coming.